This ain't just business, it's kingdom. Faith built the blueprint, purpose paid the price. Now we move different. We build for legacy, not likes. Let's go. Yeah, started from the prayer closet, now I'm walking in the plan. God said move, I ain't need no man's hand. Vision so clear, I don't flinch, I don't fold. Faith is my currency, having my goal, commit my work. Proverbs on my sleeve, God gave the gifts, I just had to believe. From the block to the boardroom, favor still flows. It's kingdom over culture and everybody knows I'm a
black saved entrepreneur, yeah, we build with grace. Profit with purpose, we in kingdom space. From prayer to the product, I'ma move by faith. Legacy in motion, watch the world get changed. I'm a black saved entrepreneur, yeah, we build with grace. Profit with purpose, we in kingdom space. From prayer to the product, I'ma move by faith.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Black Saved Entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a minute since we have done an episode. But if y'all follow us on Clubhouse, we over there every morning for the most part. Y'all follow us on Spotify. We dropping episodes for y'all every Saturday. But no excuses, but life been lifing. Legit. Like when I say life been lifing, like legit. Like it's been lifing. I think I just went back today and listened to an episode. Beginning of January was the last episode that we recorded.
I think so.
Like, yeah. Let me make sure real quick. Hold up.
When I think about the fact that, life has been life, and we have a responsibility to ourselves first to make sure that we are okay, in order to be able to show up clearly and make sure we hear directly from God and what he has for us, so that we can impart wisdom into y'all and talk clearly about, where we are, what we have going on and things like that, to be able to move forward. Because guess what? We could be in the grave if we don't take care of ourselves. And I want y'all to make sure that y'all understand that and take care of yourselves. Men, go to the doctor. Women, go to the doctor. Everybody go to the doctor and get checked. Okay? Do what you got to do. Take care of yourself. Do what's necessary so that you can be here with us to listen to our episodes as our life has been life, and you can life with us.
Man, last episode we did was January 4th. Last live episode that we did. Last brand new episode that we gave y'all.
So it's over a month.
Over a month.
Okay.
Over a month. January 4th was the last episode we gave y'all.
Well, we are going to more than make up for everything that we have going on. And once we make up for it, we're going to go ahead. So, James, can you go ahead and start us off?
Yes, ma'am. All right. So let's go into our topic for today. We are still on the same topic that we've been on. New year, new me. New vision. New year, new vision. And we in another part of it right now, y'all. So let's go into this. Defining a guideline business vision. So how do you define a guideline business or vision? How do you define if it's guideline or not?
So when I think about God-aligned visions, and I think about all the times we have been given a tool like ChatGPT to come out and develop these things. And a lot of times we go and create these things and it's just a bunch of bulleted things. We just talk to it about, what our end goal is. We don't give it the implementation that's necessary in order for it to go through. And a lot of us don't even do anything with the things that we create in ChatGPT. So I want us to understand that for a God-aligned business, you have to have vision. A clear, concise vision. And you have to understand vision isn't just strategy, it is stewardship. So how we appear in our businesses and how we appear in front of others is how we align with these things, how we lead over these things. So many people, like I go live on TikTok at least once a month, where I'm talking, and this lady, I her name is Freddie, that I was introduced to. She said, I'm not creative, I'm not creative, I'm not creative. And this goes back to the overall idea of your vision. A lot of people look at their vision, and it's not, your vision isn't blocked because you aren't hearing from God. It's blocked because you're not in the right place or position, or you don't have the preparation necessary to be able to handle what you are talking to God about for your vision. Also, many people, they don't have a lack of ideas, they just don't have the alignment. Like, you are literally waiting on this vision to come forth and to show you all these great things, but it can't show you anything because you're all the way in a whole nother area, and he's told you to focus and do this thing. One of the major things in the coaching industry is they tell you to niche down. They tell you to niche down, they tell you to choose one thing, do that one thing well, and then you can build from there. The lies that we have been told is that we need 7 streams of income. So people will go through and do 7 different things on 7 different aspects. They have nothing to do with each other and don't build anything. We have to understand God doesn't bless confusion. He blesses obedience, clarity, and movement. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you're called to do it.
And just because you can do it, and just because you're called to do it, don't mean that you're meant to do it right now.
I agree.
Let me give y'all case in point. One of the things with James H. Glover Studios, Cortesia will tell you, I said this is going to be more than just podcasting. It's going to be a one-stop shop. You're going to get music from over here. You're going to get podcasting from over here. And you're going to get movies coming from over here. Well, Cortesia already knows. What am I working on right now, Cortesia? Be honest. What am I working on right now? What am I working on?
You're working on a movie.
It is finally coming together the way that it needs to come together. It's making sense. It took a while for it to make sense, but it is finally making sense. And what I've been doing with that is now that I got the outline done for it, I sent it to a couple of people that I know are going to be completely blunt and completely honest with me about it. And the ones that I've sent it to have said, this is something that the culture is needing. This is going to bless the culture. You're about to bless the culture with this. So it's like, okay, bet. We on the right track. Now, just because this is the script now, don't mean that this is going to be the final script. I think back to it, and I think about one of the persons that I look up to as far as entrepreneurship is a Tyler Perry. When you look at him and look at what he did, what is he best known for? What character is he best known for?
Madea. But now, he's also played Alex Cross.
Exactly. I was about to get there.
He played in the Ninja Turtle movie.
So here's the thing. With Tyler Perry, what he did is he hooks you with Madea. So with James H. Glover Studios, we hook you with the podcast. Then once we get you hooked with the podcast, we can venture off and do the other things that we are great at. Then after we hook you with the podcast, guess what? If you pay attention to Tyler Perry, you don't get as many Madea movies from him anymore. And you know why? Because he is diversifying his portfolio. But then every once in a while, he'll hit his loyal fans with a Medea movie. And once he hits that fans with that Medea movie, he knows it's a box office seller. Which he ain't even doing movie theaters no more. He's going straight to Netflix. And the minute that he goes straight to Netflix with these Medea movies, it's number one for a whole month to 2 months. Just because one character is in it. So what I'm saying is find your niche that makes you great. Find your one thing that separates you from everybody else.
And as you are building your niche, I know a lot of times we'll be like, oh my God, I want to be the next Tyler Perry. I want to be the next Tupac. I want to be the next Biggie. I want to be the next Oprah. Your story may not be that. It may not be that. And are you willing to go through those things? Because the vision that you are chasing after is somebody else's vision that's already happened. That may not be what you had to go through. Tyler Perry had to go through in his vision and his chasing of what he knew God had for him. He went bankrupt twice. Tupac dead. Okay, chasing his stuff. Tupac dead. Biggie dead. Oprah had to have an abortion. She hasn't had any kids. She has had the people in Africa say bad things about her and bash her. She's been called lesbian. She has Stedman that's in the back. She's gotten awards. She's had businesses. They went bankrupt. Tyler Perry saved them, came back. Like, are you open to your vision not being the vision that you dreamed about right now? Like, a lot of times we go in and I know for me, I have been dreaming about getting married since I was 18 years old. It's been my dream to be somebody's wife, to jump up and be like, oh my God, that's my man, my man, my man. And I can be like, my man, my man, my man, right? He don't put a rock on me. That's been my dream, my vision, to be able to do that, to have these businesses that I built with my man, to have this life that I built with my man. That's been my vision. I thought I was going to get married at 18. I am 36 and unmarried with 2 children. That was not my vision or my dream, but I idolized people in relationships. I idolized things that were not necessarily good for me. When I should have utilized patience, and I should have utilized execution. I should have utilized therapy to work out these things that were inside of me that I did not want to let go of. What are you willing to let go to achieve the vision that's necessary to achieve this next part of your life? A lot of times when we look into these things and we're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What's next? You have to be able to make a decision for your life in your vision based on a framework, not vibes, not trends, not what you see everybody else doing. What works for you? Like, I look at my past and I look at, I'm talking about my past with relationships. If I would have followed the trend of, every time that a man cheats on me, I'm going to forgive him, I'm going to stay with him, I'm going to stay down, I will still be with my kid's dad. There's no telling if I would be here right now because he was abusive. There's no telling if I would even have the gumption to stand up to y'all because my computer may have been destroyed before I got on here. It's no telling if I would have got on here with a black eye. It's no telling if he would have took all my money and spent my cash. It's no telling if I would have been in jail. Because I was following a vibe. I was following a trend of, you have to be married at 18. You have to, fall in love and be with this person forever. I wasn't following a framework. And the framework that I've set for myself is that I want to reach, and what God has shown me is that I'm going to reach a certain financial pinnacle. I'm going to reach that. I'm going to have at least 2 or 3 properties by the time that this man is like, hey, I want you to be my wife. That whoever this man is, because he gave me the dream. He said, it's a man out there that's going to be my husband. But, going into that, it's going to involve changes in me. It's going to have to involve me working on my anger. It's going to have to involve me in how I talk to people, how I deal with stuff. And these things help create God aligned relationships, not just personal relationships, but business relationships. And we have to be able to filter through all of these things in our frameworks when we are coming through and creating them, because you don't have to say like, is this Christian? Because when we think about Christianity nowadays, Christianity is something that is um filtered through likes and being liked and being desired, and things like that. But you have to think about, does it require you to lie? Does it require you to overextend? Does it require you to exploit or shrink yourself? Because regardless of what anybody says, God didn't create you to be an imposter. He created you to be great. He created you in purpose. He created all of these things within you. So when you shrink yourself and you believe you are an imposter, you are not following through with the God-given vision for your life. So you have to think about, if success requires you to abandon your values, it's already misaligned.
If
Nobody can hear you.
success requires you to abandon your vision, you're already misaligned. My God, I like that. I like that. I like that. And I agree. If success is causing you to feel less than, you ain't in the right place.
You're not. And it's not like what this week we have seen Glorilla and Brorilla, which is Victoria, Glorilla's sister, basically do the most misaligned thing you can do. Because you see me put on and do all of these things, you see me out here traveling, your mentality is to exploit me and lie to people just to be able to get yourself into some kind of fame, to get yourself where people want to pay you for certain things and send you random money. Lie. A lie. She should be a lawyer. She's a lawyer. Okay, like Medea said, lawyer. It goes in the same phrase. But like, you have to lie and overextend your lies and to make stuff up. Like, one of the things she showed on the screen, she was going through her text messages, and she was like, my mama got on live with Glorilla and lied. But you can see in the text message that Shorty was lying, because she didn't scroll up far enough to show where she asked for money. She scrolled up to where the mama said, I don't usually take requests for money via text message from the mother. The mother sent her that message, say, I don't usually take requests for money. Like, people don't know how iPhones work. Okay. Her claim to fame right now is that she wants to push her sister out as being a deadbeat. Her sister is not doing what she needs to do for the family. And in order for everybody to get on, Glorilla needs to give everybody some money. You have to understand that the trend and the vibe, the framework of a millionaire, the first 10 years, they are not making the money we believe that they're making. They're doing more time investing. They're doing more time growing. They're doing more time doing those things, but they're spending most of the time investing back into what they have. When they reach those millions, though, it's not built on buys. A lot of us want to reach millionaire status, but we're not willing to make a consistent decision on a framework. We based it off of our emotions. We based it off of what everybody else is doing online. We based it off of what our job is doing that doesn't pay us enough. We based it off of our family member that has been an entrepreneur for 40 plus years and still hasn't made it because of fear. We have to look into all of that. So you have to make sure you can ask yourself, can I pray over this without feeling uneasy? I want you to like really think about it and say, if God promoted this faster than I expected, would I be proud of how I built it? Would I be proud of how I built it? I know a lot of times when I look at certain people on like TikTok or whatever, they be twerking. They be twerking. They be shaking booty, okay? They be shaking it fast. I can't move like that yet. But I be thinking like, oh my God, all I gotta do.
Now watch yourself. Stay too
all,
fast.
all I gotta do is shake it real quick. You know what I'm saying? But I look at my content. When I did a video where I was shaking it fast, I got the least amount of views I had ever gotten. But when I got on there and I was lip syncing and I was, posting something that was thought provoking, I got more views. I got more attention. I got more money. Right? You can't do what everybody else do and expect the same results because you ain't them. You have a framework, a godly framework that was designed to help you succeed. But if you continue to keep pushing yourself into a situation where you are around people and trying to prove yourself to people that don't care about you, you putting yourself in a bad situation.
Like you're setting yourself up to fail every time. Like we gotta get to the point to where we stop setting ourselves up for failure. Because in a lot of our cases, what we are doing is we are settling for mediocrity because of the simple fact of it's easier to settle for that. It's more comfortable to settle for mediocrity than to settle for success.
I agree.
Because success, let's be honest, it's more work. Mediocrity, all I gotta do is show up. But for me, I would rather be a success than be mediocre any day. Because I know at the end of the day, if I work the plan that God has me to work, if I work the vision and I make it plain and I write that vision and I stay on the task that God would have me to stay on, guess what? It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And a lot of us are looking for the easy way out. And God is saying, it ain't supposed to be easy. Let me ask y'all a question. When Jesus died on the cross, do you think it was easy?
No. And he had
But
to die. He had to die for people that didn't like him. He had, baby, I'm gonna tell y'all again. If you told me I had to get on the cross and I had to die for my baby daddy, I'd have been like, oh man, he going to hell. Oh, he gone. Most of these
what that song say? That dead, y'all.
He gone. I listen. You mean to get beaten, and then on top of y'all beating me, y'all don't give me a smooth cross. Y'all give me a jagged cross.
Then y'all gonna mock me? Oh,
no.
Bet.
That nigga dead, y'all. Oh no.
Exactly.
Yeah, he gone. Down the cross.
Let's be honest. So not only that, but I'm gonna take it even a step further. Do y'all think it was easy for the 3 Hebrew boys to go through that fiery furnace?
No, like I don't like being hot on a day in Atlanta, Georgia, in the summertime. Oh my God. I think the worst time when I was pregnant with my very first pregnancy, I was pregnant during the summertime. I had an internal furnace going on and it was hot outside. The AC had to be on like 50 to keep me cool. And you talking about going in a fire?
Mm-hmm.
In a fire? That's like these dudes out here that be like, hey man, I see you already got 2 kids. I ain't got none. Or they be thinking, oh yeah, you want to have more kids? You put me in a furnace. You put me
That
in a
part.
privacy. You try to take me up out of here. Just say you don't really like me. Okay? Just say that.
Tell me you don't like me without telling me you don't like me.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling you don't like me.
Like,
Because
oh, you want me to die.
yeah, you want me unalive. But I get it. We all have something to birth into this world. We all have desires in this world. We all have things that we want. But when I think about the Hebrew boys, they had to have uh, a a unusual supernatural amount of faith in order to be able to go in there and stand up against a king. And a lot of us are going to have to stand up against the thing that we have made king in our lives. We have made certain things and people king, and they deserve to be peasants. They deserve to be our footstools. And we keep feeding it more and more power when God has already given us the faith in order to stand over it. We have to make decisions that are hard decisions, very hard decisions, but we have to make them. We have to stand by them, and we can only have people that can pour into us. A lot of times you will see more growth when you change the environment and the people and the places and the things that are around us.
Man, they said, I think Michael Jackson said it best. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change.
Listen, and not just look at yourself, look at your environment, look at the people around you, look at the people that are constantly pouring into you, or the people that are constantly pulling on you. Every time somebody pull on you, they're taking something from you. Can they replenish what they pulled away from you?
Mm.
Can they do that? My kid's granddad right now is, he had a stroke. He had a stroke. He's in the hospital and he can't talk and he can't walk. The doctors told him over and over again, hey, stop smoking cigarettes. Rather than stop smoking cigarettes, he added a pack. Okay. Rather than stop drinking, he drank more. Rather than not drinking coffee because he has known heart issues, he chose to drink more coffee and not listen. There are certain people in our lives and in our circles that they don't listen, and you keep trying to pour into them. You keep trying to get them to align with everything you have going on. And it's not for them to align with you. It's not for them to conjoin with you. It's time for you to let them go. You can't drag a rock on you and then every day you come in, you're like, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. Of course you're tired. Of course you're exhausted. You're exhausted because you are you're not able to serve those people. So you have to ask yourself, when you are doing your vision, does this serve people well? Okay. Service does not equal overgiving or burnout. Serving well means solving a real problem, not just chasing money. So I want y'all to take a look. If you are a person that wears glasses, I want you to pay attention to this. Myron Goldman, Goldman, I think it's Myron Goldman, said this he was on David Shan's podcast. If you can look up David Shan's and Myron Goldman. It was an Instagram live of some sort. I think they may put it on YouTube or whatever. He talked about glasses. He said, when you look at your glasses, some people only see a pair of glasses and you buy the pair of glasses, but you don't look at the fact that somebody has to create the screws. Somebody has to create the iPads. Somebody has to create the arms. Somebody has to create the lenses. A lot of times those are not all created in the same place, right? And then once you get the glasses, you got to have a glass cleaner, the little glass wipes. You got to have a repair kit to go with it. You got to have all of these things to go with the glasses. It's not just a one dimensional thing where you're just solving that. You may be the person that just does the kits. You may be the person that just does the lenses. You're still needed, and you can do that one service and not feel like you're burnt out. you're not feel like you're burning out. Even if you're a company that does the entire pair of glasses, you have different departments that do each thing and they don't overlap. They have different phases. That's why you have to create a framework for what you are doing or what you are creating and what you have going on. I'm in this class for my client, and I design funeral programs. I want to do courses about grief, support, planning. I want to talk about those things. So going through the process, I'm looking and I'm like, okay, what does this look like? The lady literally went through and explained to us, you know, how to create your own framework. And I'm just going to give you a snippet of, you know, one of the frameworks that I was able to create, which is the peace framework. The peace is for memorial designs. That means
Come
you
on.
prepare, you express, you arrange, you create, and then I give you ease during the process in order to make it happen. Right? That's one of the things that makes people think, oh my God, I love this. I love the fact that I can show people this is what you're going to go through when I design your funeral programs. This is what I'm going to do when I give this to you. You're going to feel ease. You're going to feel peace of mind. You have to have a framework. You cannot do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. You cannot expect to hang out with that same person or be in that same relationship you were in before and expect different results. Some people are a succubus of negativity. Some people are a succubus of pain. Some people are a succubus of not knowing anything. And they just talk loud. They talk loud because it sounds so good that they're believable if they're the loudest person in the room. But if we know that based on our president, he's usually the loudest person in the room and he is wrong 99.9% of the time. So you have to be able to look at things and say, okay, well, this is my framework. This is what I'm following. This is what God has given me in order to get to this situation. If I'm going to serve people, I'm going to solve real problems. And these problems are going to be able to allow me not just to chase money, but solve real problems. When you solve real problems, the money comes naturally. If clients constantly feel confused, pressured, or disappointed, then your alignment is off. And your alignment can be off personally. Your alignment can be off in your business. But if it's off, it's off. So then I want you to just take a minute and I want you to like literally look at and say, profit and service are not enemies. Exploitation and services are. You do not want to exploit people. James?
I agree with that. You don't want to exploit people. You don't want people to feel like they are being extorted, because then they're gonna feel like, dang, you playing with my emotions. Like, I'm giving you all this money and I'm not getting nothing in return. Like, what am I getting for these services that you're giving me?
But you also have to look at the fact that sometimes people don't value money the same way. We had Natalie on here, and we talked about it because some people don't value money the same way, especially in a lot of church environments. A lot of times, the value of money is that only the pastor is supposed to make money. Only the pastor is supposed to be wealthy. Only the pastor looks like money. And they live in this small circle and they don't go nowhere. They don't travel. They don't do nothing. And they limit themselves because they only know that, oh, unless you're a person of the cloth, then you're not going to be able to achieve anything. When in reality, if we pulled all the talents and the gifts of everybody in the church together, there would be no need for a building fund, because we can use all those talents to win government contracts in
Come
order
on.
to be able to go from there. Like, all that knowledge that God has given us, all that purpose that he has given us, you mean on Sundays, the only thing we going to do is go to church,
No.
praise God. And after we praise God, we are unchanged. We go and eat the same fried chicken we do every single week. We sit around the table, we laugh, we joke, and we go home, and we still have the same problem come Monday morning because we're so busy working and building somebody else's dream, somebody else's vision, when the church can actually be a business and be able to build and grow something.
We got to be able to build and grow ourselves. We got to. And another thing we got to stop doing is stop having our hands out for everybody else to build us and realize that, you know what, the blessing is in our hands. We have everything that we need right there in our hands.
Yeah. Gorilla, Gorilla sister. She went on
You got to
TMZ.
stop calling her Bro Willa.
She went on TMZ and she said, Glorilla need to give each one of us $2,500. Need to give each one of us $2,500 to give us an upstart. $2,500 ain't gonna give you no upstart, baby. That's not even a car. That's not even a car. Now for me, I feel like this, that once I reach $1 million, I have my top 10 people. Once I reach a profit.
No, hold on. You gave back top 10 on Clubhouse.
I did.
But why that top 10 over here?
Okay, let me finish saying what I'm saying, and then I'll give you my top 10. So my top 10 are people that as soon as I reach a profit of $1 million, and I'm able to pay myself that in a salary, they will be able to, hey, I'm giving each one, go get your LLC. Once you get your LLC, I'm sending you $25,000.
Come on.
You do whatever you want to do with that money, but this is it. This it. I'm giving you the $25,000. If you choose to go through and
ball out on it,
you do that. You know what I'm saying? If you choose to go through and piss it down the drain, not my fault. I'm not doing a reinvestment campaign. I'm not. And there aren't any millionaires that I know who would go through and do that. Like they wouldn't go through and do that at all. But I only got 10 people. So when I think about $25,000 times 10 people. Let's see. Let's do the math. That's $250,000. That means I still got $750,000 left. More than likely 50% will go into, and this is just math, of $1,500,000 being reinvested into the business. That includes payment of employees, all that other stuff. I will make $250 by myself. I'm going to hire my kids from my $250, and then the following people will be getting $25,000. You know what I'm saying?
Your 10.
My mother. Okay. My mother. And this is in no specific order. But I would break my mama off first. I know she already got her LLC, so I'll go ahead and dap her up. Once I give her that $25,000, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to give my kid's godmother $25,000. Hey, this is $25,000. This for y'all. Do whatever you want to do with that. Put that directly in her account. So it's my mom, Audrey, Celeste. I think my listing got shorter since the last time, so I gotta try and discover. Oh, Jessica, Essence, yeah, my listing got shorter. My kid's aunt, that's number 5. I would do my brother, and that's only because he has done sports with my kids. And that'll be my younger brother. My older brother ain't getting nothing. And I mean nothing. You laughing? Oh man. I mean zero, zilch, nada, nothing. I mean absolutely nothing. I mean, he would get nothing.
Not even 2 pennies.
Not even 2 pennies. I wouldn't breathe on him. I say, hey. That's
All right,
about it.
number 7.
Number 7, my aunt in Florida, because she always gives me stuff for my kids and everything like that. I would give her 25.
Okay, number 8.
I'm trying to look through people I text all the time. Jesus. Drea, which is my kids um my kids brother's mother. So that's my number 8. Number 9. See, it's tough now. It's so tough. Like I'm down to the last 2 and I'm like, dang, I ain't really I'm gonna have to make up some names at this point. Cause I don't really have, you know what? The last 2 would be my kids. That's it. That's all I got.
I
That's it.
respect that.
I don't have, like, when I think about like my number 11, what, you know what? My kids would get from my 250. So I would do business partner. No, I would do boyfriend then business partner. That's my last 2. Because my kids gonna get part of my 250 I got by myself. Yep. So boyfriend, business partner. They would each get $25,000.
So business partner, who would that be?
Nigga, I mean, you my only business partner.
Okay. I didn't know if you was talking about the person that you doing business with that got you the million.
Nah, my boyfriend is my we handling stuff, but like if it's my own business or whatever, yeah. My yeah. I would give you 25. Cause we down to the last of the Mohicans. I ain't really got that many. I ain't got no people I talk to on a consistent basis. So yeah. And then from my 250, I would make sure I set up you know, 50,000 for each one of my kids into a trust, or like a living trust,
Mm-hmm.
and put it into a financial thing that can grow for them, like an annuity or something like that, or a life insurance policy that'll grow, and then be able to go from there. But yeah, that's my top 10. Yeah, it gets real hard when you at number 8, because the first 8 was easy.
I
um
think it would be easy for my 10. I think it would be easy.
Of course, because most of yours gonna be women. You like
No,
everybody.
no,
You
it ain't
like
mostly
everybody.
gonna be women.
Most people think that I'm mean. So
I
and
mean, you are sometimes.
very much so. However, I'm nice enough to be able to help you. Okay. I love you with the love of God. But yeah, my 20, if I'm giving each one of y'all $25,000, I need for y'all to go handle business, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever. But there will be no further, hey, the only person who'll be able to ask me for money later will probably be my mother. Will be my
I feel
mother.
that. I feel that.
But everybody else, I just gave y'all $25,000. Most of y'all don't even make $25,000 in a year. Or if you do, you got to slave for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to slave for it. So I'm giving you 25,000 off a rip. Go do what you got to do. What's your 10?
Oh man, my 10. So first off, number 1 would be my little niece. She
Mm-hmm.
definitely getting 25.
Mm-hmm.
That's my little princess. That's my little baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
Second and third would be my 2 little cousins, which are like my nieces. They get 25. My parents, they getting 25. That's 5 right there. Number 6, I'll make sure the church gets at 25. I'll make sure the church gets it. Number 7 would be a local charity. I will make sure they get 25. Number 8, mm, mm. Damn. Dang. Dang. Number 8. My homegirl, my baby, my little princess, your my little niece, your daughter. She get 25. Your daughter and son. I'm gonna put both of them in the same. Uh, Matter of fact, all my nieces and nephews, they getting 25. All of them, every last one of them. So I'm gonna put them all in one. I'm gonna put all of them in one. So I got like 3 more spots. Cause all my little nieces and nephews are getting their 25. I'm gonna make sure of that. So I got 3 more spots. Hannah Irby, she would definitely get 25. That's my co-host of Will Talk Monday. That's my A Spoon Coon. That one right there. She been riding with me for a minute. Sarah Renee and Arthur Nikki Nicole. They would get that 25. I would make sure of that. Because those two right there, they've been shooting with me when it's been hard out here. They've been riding with me. And then last but not least, Miss Cortesia. I'll make sure you get yours. And I had to do some rethinking because I'm like, dang.
Around 8, it got hard though.
I was like, dang. You know what? All my nieces and nephews, let me put them all in one. All of them going in one. I'm like, because all of them about to get their money. Because I'm like, dang, I can't leave nobody out.
But it got rough around number 8. I get it.
And then it's like, once I put all of them in that one spot, once I put all my nieces and nephews in that one spot, it got easier because I'm like, okay, now let's get back to the wheel count.
But like being the person that I am, my top 10, and this again goes back to how do you value money? How do you value money? Because my value of money is given to people who have invested in me. Right. People who have invested in me and my kids, who have been there, whatever. People who have been real to me. If you have been a real person to me, if you have been there, like even my boyfriend, the fact that I put him in the top 10, I've known him for 15 years. Everybody that's in my list, I've known them for, you're probably the one I've known the least, but I've known people for 2+ years. It's not somebody who I'm just like, oh, well, and I know my investment will grow. Exactly. I know if I give $25,000 to the kid's godmother, it's going to help with her daycare. I know that if I give $25,000 to my brother, it'll help him buy a car or something. Is it going to change his personality? No, it's still going to be abhorrent. But, I know if I gave my boyfriend $25,000, that he would go through and he would do magnificent things with $25,000. He would do something amazing. So when we think about all of those things, we have to make sure that we consider people, and we have everything in alignment. Like, so we have to make sure that we aren't making people confused. We aren't confused on what is coming next, and people understand, hey, this is not a game. This is not up for play. This is not an accident that we're going to sit here and I'm just here making money for show. I'm not going to be flashy and showy and all of these things, because that's not important to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not important to me to be flashy and showy. It's important for me to make sure my people are taken care of. And you also have to think about, have you heard about Cedric the Entertainer? Cedric the Entertainer, he had a fund when he got famous, that he had $25,000 in a fund for his family, that if you need something, it's there. He had to dissolve that fund because people believed that
it was supposed to be for anything they needed.
I can request the whole $25,000. Or every year I can request money from that if I get stuck, because I know it's there and they wouldn't do anything about it. One thing I can say, my boyfriend is very, very caring and very giving. Even when it's like he don't, I be like, you giving. Very, very caring and giving. I remember one time I had bought him some food, and I went, and when I bought him some food, I bought some steak, egg, and cheese bagels from McDonald's. Me and my homegirl, we each had 2 apiece with hash browns and a large, this is when Fruitopia was a thing, a large Fruitopia. He went through and he said, I think he asked for 5 sausage biscuits. I want to say 5. He probably asked for more. Could have. And I said, you can get whatever you want. He just wanted sausage biscuits and jelly. As soon as he walked out the door, he started giving out the sausage biscuits. And I was like, oh my God. Like that is the nature of his heart. That is the nature of who he is as a person. So his gift that he has is his loyalty. All right. The gift that he has is his loyalty. The gift that he has is just his heart in general. So you have to go through, and if you are a person that, you know, lives with your heart on your sleeve and you are constantly a giver, you have to ask yourself, does this thing, this vision right here, use the gifts that God entrusted to me? So remember that your gifts are clues, not coincidences. Alignment feels like flow even when it's hard. Even when it's hard, like even when I'm mad or I'm angry or I'm upset, I have to understand that my alignment with things and people is intended to flow through. I'm not going to let you stress me out. I'm probably going to like be real quiet. But if I get to a point where I'm real quiet with you, more than likely I'm about to be up out of here. But if I'm still trying to, you know, talk with you and walk you through stuff, that's when you understand that, hey, I'm still caring at that point in time. And I don't like to be used or abused for my gifts. I've been in situations where people hired me, quote unquote, to design for them in their events. In their events, they made over $100,000 in their business. I didn't get any of that.
No,
I didn't get it. And it made me bitter, right? So I believe right now where I'm in a position of where my creativity is kind of limited, or my creativity is like kind of stagnant, is because God is asking me, am I using my gifts the right way? Am I using my gifts to benefit, or are my gifts flowing? Am I aligned with the opportunities that I'm going through? When things are aligned, I be feeling like, oh yeah, we in there like swimwear. But a lot of times it's not always aligned, and it has to be aligned. It has to be, even when it's hard. So if you are forcing yourself into roles that drain you, that's a sign. If you're forcing yourself into places or to be around certain people, it is a sign you need to let them go. You don't have to have these people in your life. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody is not for you. Remember, God doesn't anoint what he doesn't assign. And a lot of us are holding on to things that aren't a part of our vision. We're holding on to fear from others. We're holding on to ideas from others, and they are becoming distractions. So we have to make sure we take time to organize these things effectively so that the things that he entrusted in you can actually grow and thrive.
I like that. I like that. So y'all, we didn't even get through half of this. Yeah, I know we got to hit y'all with a part 3. So let's shut it down for this week, and we promise y'all it's not going to be another month before y'all get a part 3. We promise y'all that, okay?
Pinky promise?
Yeah, we promise y'all. We pinky promise y'all. It ain't going to be another month before y'all get a part 3. I do know Cortesia is about to go through some things, do a procedure. But I promise y'all, I will be back. And matter of fact, next week we will be back. Even if I got to get a guest to come on with me, we'll be back and we'll be ready.
We're gonna make it work.
Yeah, we're gonna make it work, y'all. I already got somebody in mind that I will probably hit up
All right.
for for that. But yeah, for sure, y'all. We are excited. We thank y'all for rocking with us. We appreciate y'all. And we will see y'all next time. Peace. Love y'all.
Peace.